Okay, so what I have here is something that was shown to me by my principal. It's called Gapminder.com, and basically what Gapminder is, it is a plethora of data about basically anything that you could ever imagine, but it is stored in a manner which is strictly visual. So, just an example, basically, if I want data here, let me go to the data section. Let's go for data about the age at first marriage in women. What you can do, you can get raw data from an Excel file, but you can also go to a visualize section. The visualize section is what the Gapminder world is all about, and it'll basically give you a country style view, a view of every country and the specific data that you chose, and you can set that over time, and you can also set that over an x-axis, which is completely irrelevant but might have something to do with it. It usually stems it here based on income per person. So, in a nutshell, age at first marriage starting at 18 up to say 32. Let's say hypothetically I'd like to know the age or average age of marriage of someone from Afghanistan, Argentina, as well as the Bahamas between 1800 and the year 2000. This is the parameters it sets, but really this data is only set from about 1972. Okay, so it'll take off from there. And as soon as you hit play, you can observe what these bubbles happen to do. And you can set a trace motion, so you can observe the trace motion and where it goes over time, so you can see how this data extends through time and then make your conjectures or opinions off of that. Well, assignment says research inequities outside the United States based on education. So what I did is I jumped into illiteracy outside the United States and specifically chose third world countries. I happened to choose, in order for research sake, poor countries and wanted to see, are there any poor countries that really do well as far as literacy is concerned. You can go through and check your countries. I happen to choose Ethiopia, Niger, and Zimbabwe. What you can notice is you get different colors. You can also get different general colors on the map. Obviously, these are sub-Saharan African countries. Also, the size of the bubble is representative of the amount of people in the country. Well, I chose to hit play on this, and something interesting, what I didn't expect, was Zimbabwe. As you can see, Zimbabwe starts pretty high, in the 80th percentile range, somewhere in there. And Niger and Ethiopia still remain low, obviously around 40%. Something you'd expect about poor-stricken countries, but what I didn't expect was Zimbabwe in 2007, a 91% literacy rate, which is fantastic. So I went in, did a little research, and found out that as of 1980, the Republic of Zimbabwe had free education. Since about 88, they've started to charge a bit more for education, and some of the free education is still for some of the poor black communities. But something I found tremendously interesting was just the notion that even with free education and a general income, per capita here, of about $1,000, a phenomenal literacy rate when you compare that with countries such as Bolivia, China, Brazil, Malaysia, and even as high as Greece, Bulgaria, Mongolia, okay? Countries that have money, and even if you go this far, Qatar, Kuwait, okay? Areas that have a bit of money, okay? Maybe oil areas, maybe just your first world countries or countries that have a bit more cash. Gapminder World is just a fantastic website to use. Tremendous amount of data. If you're a data head, this is a tremendous website for you to view, as well as look at education inequities. And there is even a teacher's section which is geared towards lessons that we can use within our classroom in order to further either knowledge or data to our students, which I think is just phenomenal.